Look at this shit. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. It's good to have you here for another one. In today's video, we're back in the shed. As you can see, there's shit everywhere. It's not even funny. But yesterday, I did a thing. I got started on the heads. Which I'm pretty happy with how I went for my first time lapping. I reckon I did pretty well, actually. So here are the heads that I brought from Reese over at Arcade Garage. This one hasn't been done yet. It's still covered in fish oil, which I put the fish oil on when I cleaned them to prevent any rust. Since being out here in the shed in the elements, I didn't want them rusting and turning to shit. So this is the one I gave a clean yesterday. I've gone ahead and lapped them. I have put in a couple of stem seals. We've got new ones here, which some Mace ones turned up the other day in the mail, as well as my valve grinding paste. So I've just been working at these. Yesterday I had a little bit of a go. So I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. Oh, sorry. So yeah, pretty happy with my efforts. First time lapping as well, so I was a little bit cautious. Obviously not knowing exactly how to do it. I've watched plenty of videos on YouTube, but that's one thing. To actually do it is another thing. So I'm actually pretty happy with how I went, to be honest. It's not a good thing. So yeah, I'm actually very happy. So now that I've done one head, I'll bring you along for the other one. And yeah, we'll get into it. Right, so this one being done, I'll just move this one over here out of the way. So I'll go ahead, and if I get to it today, I will try and put some valves together with the retainers and keepers, but we'll see how we go. But anyway, right now I'm just going to use a little bit of degreaser. Just clean these up a little bit. Most of this fish oil off. So if you are going to attempt this, I suppose, good practice apparently is to number them as you take them out. I have numbered these, although there's no more number on them now because I gave them a bit of a clean. They were covered in a lot of shit. This is one of the older heads from the valves from the orange piece of shit I had. I'm not too sure how well the camera is going to pick that up, but you can see there's a lot of shit on this one. I've cleaned this patch here, but these other heads that came out of there are the other valves that came out of this one, which are the valves that are going back into it. They looked very similar. Not as bad, but similar. But not too bad, to say the least. So all I've been doing is once I give them a clean, I've already cleaned my heads. Just a little bit of valve grinding paste. Basically, this is all that I've been doing. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. I've watched about, should it be close to about 40 videos. Do not treat this as a how-to. This is not a how-to video. This is just how I've been doing them. So I could be very wrong in the way that I'm doing these, but put my tool on. I just lifted a couple of times just to spread all the valve grinding paste so it's even around the whole head. Just listening for the tone to sort of change from a hard grinding sound to a more of a smooth grinding sound. That's a bit crunchy again. Not sure how well the GoPro's picking it up. It should pick it up alright. There you go, that was very noticeable. And once it does that, all I've been doing is just lifting it, tapping it down, rotating it, tapping it down, spreading that paste again, and going again, just a few times, just until there's no more hard grinding. Feels a bit like you're trying to start a fire. And literally, that's basically all I've been doing. So there's a nice grey band around the bottom of that valve. A little bit of throttle cleaner on my rag. Get in here and clean this paste out. And there's no pitting in there now. It's all a solid colour all the way. So, one valve done. Put your valve aside and then keep going. These suction things are a pain in the dick. No wonder most people use a drill. I'm too scared to use a drill. Actually, that's a lie. I used a drill yesterday, but I wasn't a fan of it. Oh, pussied out because I got too scared. Oh.
One eternity later.
Still not happy with that, eh? Tell me how to do more. Alright. So now I'm up to putting the stem seals on. And all I've been doing is using a socket just to push them on. I haven't been using a hammer or anything. The main thing you want to watch out for too, even though they're new, you don't want to tear them. So that's exactly what I do not want to do. Looks like it's in all the way. Just like that. This isn't a how-to. Well, I think I've already said that. So please, if I'm doing something wrong, please put it in the comments. Let me know. This is all learning for me. This is the first ever set of heads that I've ever built, so to speak. I don't have the proper tool, obviously, otherwise I'd be using the proper tool. last thing I want is for one of these seals to pop off. Well, really the last thing I want is for a keeper or something to pop off the valve and I drop a valve in there. It's gonna ruin anybody's day, that one. Push the valve in, grab a rag. I'm just going to put a rag in here to stop this valve from dropping down while I put my valve spring and retainer and everything else on. The tool I'll be using today is one of these Toledo ones. I've had to modify it, so I've put 2 cuts and then used a hole punch and punched these down to sit on top of the retainer. Otherwise this gap in here is too wide, it doesn't fit the retainer, so using these and putting these little prongs in actually works pretty good, which I'll show you what I mean. So it sits in there nice. Hopefully you can see that. So I've had these soaking in some degreaser and WD-40 just to give them a bit of a clean. Seems to have worked. But to avoid the unnecessary cost of buying brand new ones, figure just reuse them. These are my 130 pound valve springs. I actually can't remember the brand, but the part number is PAC 1218. So I've got 12 of these, 6 for each head, and this tool works really well with these springs. I didn't think it was possibly gonna hold it, but it did, so I was pretty chuffed, to say the least. So all I've been doing is just put that there, bring my legs around so it's got a good grip on there. This is probably the most fiddly and tedious part. This is definitely not my favourite part. To be honest, I get a little bit scared. Because I'm a pussy. Try and centralise that so then I don't have any dramas or pop-offs. Probably really good practice to wear glasses or something, but I haven't got any on. So I've got it compressed down to there. You know what I need? 2 keepers. The other videos I have watched have recommended using some grease to sort of hold the keepers in place. I don't have any grease, I've got wheel bearing grease. Whether that's gonna work, I don't really know. Just want to make sure that these are in properly. The last thing I want is to lose any, and all I'm going to do is hold it there while I very carefully unscrew this. A bit of luck, it should bind up, take the pressure. was a bit difficult. There we are. One valve spring in place. Suppose it's not really going to hurt if I give it a tap just to make sure. I don't think they're coming out. Yay! It's actually a bit of a relief. So what I'm going to use as a guide, so this is just an old keeper that I haven't cleaned. I'm sitting it on there. There is around about probably a 3mm gap. There's about 3mm at the top of that valve, so be happy with that. Actually, put one together. Oh, mean. Alright guys, it's going to be where I end this video. So the heads are done, both heads. This one, right through to that one there. Nice new stem seals. Reused obviously the retainers and keepers with my 130 valve, 130 pound valve springs. I'm pretty happy with them, to be honest. I was actually quite surprised that this tool worked really well. So I'm happy with that. I've given them all a bit of a tap. Nothing looks like it's gonna pop off. Again, I don't know if that's right to do that, but I have done it anyway. Oh, this shed's a fucking mess. God damn. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go put these up on the shelf so they're out of the weather, and look after them. So the next video, hopefully I should be putting these in. I've got my ARP head studs over there ready to go in as well. So I will either make that in the next video where we do that, or I will hold on to these until the turbo manifolds from Dane arrive and I get those ceramic coated. But yeah, until then I don't know which video is going to be in between, but that's another job ticked off the list. They're done, which is great. These can finally now go onto the car. Yeah, like I was saying, until the GoPro battery decided to die, yeah, they're ready to go on now onto the car. With the stock motor, they're probably not gonna, possibly won't see any gain. Chances are I won't see any gain. They're sort of best suited to go with a cam. So at least then they're on the heads. They'll be working on the stock motor until the built motor's done. So I'll get a start on that motor once everything, turbo, manifolds and everything is on to the stock motor, and I can enjoy that a little bit. That way then that's frees up a bit of money that I can start putting into the built motor, since everything in preparation for that will already be on the car and working. That's the plan anyway. So that's where I'm going to end this video. Thank you all for watching. Again, if you're new here, please subscribe. Like the video if you liked what you saw. And like I said, I'm going to start not talking as much, just because my view time's pretty shit. So, but anyway, again, thank you very much for watching. Huge shout out and thank you to Dane over at Corn Fed Boost Bro, if it wasn't for your help, I'd probably still be lapping because I wasn't quite 100% sure what I was looking for. So thanks a heaps, man. I really appreciate it. I do need to get another shirt from you at some stage. But yeah, anyway, thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you on the next video, whatever that will be. Thanks, guys.